So it's time to test two irons that were launched at the same time. Both have had a really interesting time in the market, but we're going to put head to head the Titleist T200 and the Callaway Apex Pro. Remember, if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends. So we've put Titleist in the mix a few of these heads-to-heads, but not really the T200. It's that middle iron that's kind of lost its way a little bit. I'm going to be really harsh with that, only on the basis that the T150 has been so popular this year. T200, however, is a fantastic iron. It looks sharp. They didn't need to do a lot to it. Forged face, great feel, powerful iron. But we're going to put it up against the Apex Pro, which has been a bit hit and miss. You know, in terms of fitting, we've seen some really good results with this, and we've also seen some results where the performance isn't quite there. I think what's fascinating when we get to these two ranges of product, I mean, we're going to put these two heads against each other, but what is fascinating is that when you go into a Titleist range, you've got the whole range to try. So everything from CB, if you like, but you've got realistically T1, T150, T2 and T350. Apex, when Callaway launched the Apex, they really got the Apex and the CB were the kind of two irons they launched together. So they're mass market irons they didn't really bring out. Now, I'm hoping they're going to be bringing that out soon, and that would be great to see. But this is sometimes the problem, is you haven't got enough choice in this Apex range. We're going to put it together. I personally think they're two very different looking irons. You've got the real shiny chrome of the T200 and the kind of satin, kind of under the radar look, if you like, of the Apex. They both look very smart, but let's be honest, if you're going for one of these two irons and you're in this kind of ballpark of iron, what you're really going to be looking at is how powerful is it, can it give me the yardage, and can I keep it under control? It's time to put that to the test. Let's whack it on TrackMan. So let's start with the Apex Pro. Overall, a really good change of direction, I think, in the Apex range. It's taken a while for Callaway to get back into this market. I think it's been very stale for Callaway in this area, and they know that. Like, it's obvious they haven't really found that performance iron range particularly easy over the last few years. However, Apex Pro has come out. It did make a bit of a storm when it came out, and it looks quite sharp. Now, when you pop it behind the ball, first impressions is it looks tiny. That's the only thing I'm going to say. Now, some players will like the look of that. I'm okay with it in a 7-iron. I'm not sure how comfortable I'm going to feel with it in a 5-iron. A little bit more rounded. Now, full disclosure, I used to play the whole bag of Callaway. So back in the day, I had the original, one of the original sets of Apex Pro, and I really enjoyed hitting that iron. The one thing I found with that original iron, though, however, is it was high and spinny. So I'm interested to see if this model is going to be the same for me. So let's hit it on TrackMan, and let's see what the numbers are saying. It's saying hit it out the toe, Alan, because that was dreadful. Right, come on, let's do it again. What's been fantastic though, guys, is when you're watching the videos of all the feedback and the comments are great. We're trying to create content that is just open and honest, really, of what's happening in the golf world and the golf product market. We're not trying to sell you anything. I'm just giving you my honest opinion on this type of stuff. And how bad I hit it. Wow. Do you know what? It's a really tiny head. It's popped up massively high. I mean, for someone, if you watch some of the other videos that I've always struggled with, is launching it, and that, to be fair, has been very launched, but spinny, really spinny. Feels okay off the face. It doesn't. I wouldn't say it's like a wow factor off the face. It's quite a solid feel. Yeah, it's okay. Launch angle's okay. I think the thing with this iron, now, you know, I've hit it before, but I think the thing with this iron is it's not, the reaction's not wow, right? So I do get worried when I pick up an iron, and you know, but the first time I saw this, probably 10 months ago now, I picked it up and I saw it in the showroom, and I thought, do you know what, that could be a real winner. That could actually be a real winner for Callaway, the look of it. But when I've hit it now, I just don't get that kind of warm fuzzy feeling that I want when I'm testing an iron. You know, I want something that gives me something that's like, do you know what, I'm all over this. I think what I would say with it is, it's good. And that's kind of the level I'd go at with, it's a good iron. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not going to give me any wow. So yeah, it's okay. Launch angle's good, carries okay. Land angle is pretty good to me, to be fair to it. You know, obviously one of the numbers that I'm on my go-to numbers. Spins a little bit all over the place, but let's go with strike on that, let's be honest. But it's okay. It's nice. It's vanilla, is what it is, right? It's okay. Let's try T200. So let's go into this iron. Now, reviews I've done on this before, it has performed well. My preference in this range is T150 this year. I think I've said that enough. The bigger difference here is, obviously, the initial look is it's chrome versus the satin. Whether that is a purely looks bigger, I don't know. It definitely looks bigger and straight away gives you a bit more confidence. But let's see what this feels like. It feels thin, is what it feels like. That was horrendous. Yeah, there's not really much we can learn from that one, is it? There she is. I think the obvious number there to look at is the ball speed, right? So ball speed on this iron is up, and I haven't hit one yet. A bit hooky that, a bit hooky I think. Yeah, but ball speed's up. You know, that was more middle face. I just shut it down a little bit, which got the ball speed going. But the first two that hit were average strikes. The ball speed's up 122. I didn't really get that out of the Callaway, as you can see. Oh, that felt better. And I think that's the difference, right? The reaction. So that felt click. That felt like it had something in it. Ball speed up there at 128 miles an hour compared to, I think the best with the Callaway, 121, 122. Overall, I'm getting more from bang for my buck, a bit more yardage, which isn't always the most important, let's be honest. But if I've got ball speed, I'm not going to feel like I'm going to have to slog at it. Club head speed, okay, so mile an hour. We're using the similar shaft. Got the nip on in here. Spin rate's better. Launch angle, although with the T200, the launch angle is, land angle rather than launch angle. Land angle is a little bit lower, but not a lot. I know it's manageable for me. I mean, Chris has decided to show you that nice spread and shows you how bad I've hit 279s. But what you can see is that one iron is definitely more powerful than the other. I mean, that was ripped. Slowed it down a little bit. But you can see the difference, right? It's clearly one iron is going further. Even if we take the horrible hooky ones out before anyone makes a comment of the hooks going further. Okay, one more. I'll stop hooking it today. So launch angle is that last one similar. Better land angle. Ball speed's okay. I've swung it slightly slower, but ball speed's okay on that one. Put it a little heavy. But overall, you got the carry out of it, you got the yardage out of it, which is one of the most important things. So, look, two very good irons, but it's time to give it the AF Golf Store score. So, it's time to give it the AF Golf Store score. So, let's start with look. Well, my preference on look is going to be T200, basis on the fact that it looks bigger behind the ball. The Pro just looked a little bit smaller, and I'm a big fan of the chrome. So I'm going to give it 1-0 to the T200. In terms of feel, like I said, there's nothing wrong with the Apex Pro. It felt nice, it felt good. But this felt like it was powerful. When I got a couple out the middle of the face, it felt solid, and the off-center hits actually didn't feel like I'd lost a lot. So on that basis, I'm going to have to give that to the Titleist as well. In terms of custom options, well, both are pretty good. They both have the same amount of custom options. In terms of the custom fit kit we get, they are slightly different. On that occasion, I think just on the sheer fact that there's different options in each, I'm going to give that as a draw. So both companies are exceptional at doing custom fit, so I think we'll give that a draw. In terms of price, well, there's not a lot in that either. So Apex is coming out around the 185 mark. Titleist is about the 180 mark. They're about the same price. There's a $5 in it, so there's not a lot of difference in terms of money. So I think we've got to give that a draw as well. Now, when it comes to price, there are slightly different charges in terms of upcharging things like grips, but over in the main, if you're looking for sort of standard-ish specs in terms of standard style grip and standard style shaft, you're going to be paying similar money. So overall, I think I'm going to call that a draw. It comes down really then to performance, right? So performance, you saw the numbers, you know, the Apex Pro was nice, it was tidy, it was, as I said earlier, it's vanilla. But the T200 was powerful, it had something about it. It kind of walked in and kind of went, you know what, I'm going to smash it and it's going to go a long way. And that's really what I wanted from an iron. If I'm in this category of irons, I want something to surprise me, I want something to give me a wow factor. And T200 definitely offers that to the player. So I've got to give overall performance to T200. Now, that means that the T200 wins 5-2. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video and I hope that was helpful if you are looking at one of these two irons to test for your very next set. Remember, if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends.